Hey, what's up everybody? Keep almost in full color, and this is going to be the final IX Monstrom Nox Let's Play. And this one's going to be kind of weird. It's going to be like my kind of pseudo review. We're just going to go into some things that I like and dislike about the game and kind of how I feel about it as of right now where I'm at in the game. So I suppose we'll start off with the environment and the visuals and all that. It rubs off on you. A lot of other RPGs and all that, they look better, and you know, they may pull off environments a little better, but it does rub off on you after playing it for a little bit. So there is that to look forward to in terms of, oh, it may kind of strike you in a weird way when you first start, but the more and more you play, the more and more it seems to have like this charm that comes over you. The character models are dope. I really enjoy the character models. That's one thing I definitely will say in comparison to IX 8. To this, the characters and their models are fantastic. Like Sahad and Loxia, and they just kind of felt a little flat to me in terms of just character design. Their moves are all really cool and their skill sets were really cool, but I don't feel like they had such a great artistic design to them all. And I think they really stepped that up in this one, and even taking Adol to like a next level. Like, he looks real boss right now. So I really enjoy not only Adol's main form, but his Monstrom form, if you will, which is, you know, when I change over into that type deal. The game itself has a lot of the IX elements, so it's good. It feels like something that you've played before, and that's always a good thing, kind of, sort of. But I also think it's welcoming to newcomers. It's not so niche crowd catering, you know. It's broad enough that everyone can get into it, but it's also catering to that niche crowd in a way, keeping some of the similar combat elements, keeping certain things entrenched in there, and the newcomers can come in and enjoy it, but also those coming back, it's a familiar feeling. It's a great feeling to come back to when you're like, oh yes, this is the IX I know and love. And like I spoke to before, the North American ports always are just so far behind with this. I hope that changes in time to come, but they're always so far behind, so there's always this big gap between when you get your next IX in North America. So it also is really dope that those same elements and those same core values that they had when developing these games still exist in here. So I'm really happy that that still is a thing, and it's not like learning a brand new game all over again. You're kind of chilling in that sense. Now, in terms of story, it's really weird and it's mysterious. It's a lot of things, and it can be a tad bit confusing. This is one of the few that reference other games, but it does so in a way that newcomers can come in and they're not going to be hyper confused. They will be slightly confused at the beginning, but they're not going to be, you know, so confused that they're just going to be super lost and turned off by it. So there is that. However, the story, like, even for people who are longtime IX players, the story can be very just like, what's going on right now? What is the purpose of all this? There's just a big question mark, I feel like, with the story of IX. So take that with what you will. Once you kind of start to be able to put the pieces of that puzzle together, it feels a little better, but for some time, it's kind of what's going on here. Now, another great thing about the game, I guess we'll kind of go into gameplay. Like I said, a lot of core elements coming back, but a lot of additives going on in here. You got your third eye going down, and a lot of these party members have abilities that just allow you to do a little more, and once you're able to do a little more, it opens up a little bit more, which is fantastic, you know, to be able to come in here and use my third eye to see things I'm not normally able to see, you know, to be able to wall run like such, to be able to then, you know, go out here and glide. It really opens up a lot of stuff, and that's really awesome. It's really nice. Whenever you're getting a new party member, it's not exciting just because you're getting a new party member with new skill sets, but you're also getting a new gift in that, and that's, I mean, that just makes it even more exciting to get that new party member, which is dope. Speaking of new party members, like I said before, all these party members are fire. Like in IX 8, they were cool, but like I said, they just weren't cool. They weren't cool. Like, all these characters are very cool. They're very charming. They have a lot going for them, so it just feels much better. I always find myself wanting to use different characters just to not only see how they play, but also like I just like their personality archetypes and whatnot. None of them are hyper annoying to me personally, like somewhere in Ep.4, but outside of that, I'm gonna stop bashing Ep.4's characters because I feel like that's all I've been doing this whole time, is bashing them. But characters are fire, character models are fire, character skill sets are fire, combat amazing. It's still the same East combat, however, a lot more has been opened up. And in fact, let me go ahead and change off real quick. And I actually am going to put in Kershaw real quick because I'll try to pull it off. And not against that though. I need something a little hefty. Need something a teeny bit heftier to pull off. In the last video, I spoke to how I kind of like my button presses and how I like to be able to chain moves very simply, very easily, and I want to pop somebody up. Man, I can't pop them up. I'm going too fast. They're so squishy. Maybe I need something that I have a bad affinity with. Hold on, let me try to find it. You get it. Hold on, maybe I might. Well, I'll try to show you the rotation anyways right now, what I would normally go with, and let me actually show it to you in the skills. So I actually just cat flip, the shooting star, cerebral burst, heavenly steps. So number one, I'll get a few hits and I'll flip them up in the air with that move right there. After a couple more hits, I'm gonna hit them with that. Once they get down on the ground, I'm gonna catch them with this, and then I'll finally hit them with the heavenly steps to finish it off. Then I'm really digging East 9. There are some things I super dislike. I dislike parts of the story. It's a little flat, and they force you into doing certain things to progress the story that's really like not fun, if you will. But they kind of make you go through this wash, rinse, repeat cycle, and I kind of don't like that. It kind of makes the story a little stagnant. It's like, oh, I gotta go do these side quests to unlock this part of the map so I can go to this part of the map and I can do more exploring and do this. It's just not, I'm not a big fan of that per se. I love the East 8 archetype where it was just, you had a wide open map, go explore, go do what you got to do. There are some parts you're not going to be able to get to right now, but keep working on it, keep going. You could pretty much go wherever. It just felt more open, if you will. Yes, there are parts that were walled off and you kind of needed to have prerequisite things done to get to that walled off part, but it felt natural. Like it wasn't like this to where it's like, hey, you can't go past this wall. Sorry, like you can see it, you can look past it, but you can't go past it. You need to go do side quests to get past it, and it's like, ah, come on, man. So with that being said, I don't like how you're kind of walled off in such an obvious way. I do like the story. It's coming together for where I'm at. I do like a lot of other things in this game, combos, character design, characters themselves. Really, really fun. I can't give a full how much or how great I think this game is and how much I like it, but I can say that I'm having a lot of fun with it despite the negatives to it. Having a ton of fun, and I can't wait to see what more this has in store for me. Now towards the end of this year, I'll be having a video put out where I'll go over some of my favorite JRPGs this year. Tales of the Abyss has yet to come out, one I'm really looking forward to. So we're gonna have a lot of JRPGs that drop this year. I'm gonna try to cover them like this in a Let's Play format, so you kind of just get to see gameplay and just get to understand my gripes and my highs and my lows with the game in real time, sort of. But I'll be trying to do that with the JRPGs. At the end of the year, I'll kind of put out my favorite JRPGs and which ones I think are really worth the buy, especially if you can find them. I'll try to have that out probably around Black Friday time, just in case any of them go on sale. But with that being said, thanks for tuning in to these Let's Plays. I hope you enjoyed them. IX Monstrom Nox is a great game. I definitely urge you to get it if you're a big JRPG fan. But if you kind of want to wait, don't worry, I think Black Friday or around E3 time, if it goes on sale, will be a great time to get in. So with that being said, peace, be easy, be blessed.